So Labor and National have introduced a modern slavery bill to Parliament, which is the first time that both major parties have done so. So let's talk about it. I'm Angela, I'm the Education Coordinator for Taranaki Community Law, and this is important law stuff. So the piece of law that they have introduced is a modern slavery bill. So we're going to take a little bit of a look at what modern slavery is, what this means for New Zealand, and what this piece of law represents. So the information that I'm providing is only information, it's not advice, but if you would like some specific advice and you're in the Taranaki region, you can contact Taranaki Community Law on 0800 529 878. We provide free legal services for people who can't otherwise afford a lawyer within Taranaki. There is a community law centre that covers the whole of Aotearoa. So if you need legal advice and you're outside of Taranaki, then you can go to the community law website and find one that will cover you as well. The piece of law that's being introduced is a modern slavery bill aimed at reporting and making companies report on modern slavery. But to start off with, it's important to kind of have an understanding of what we are talking about when we say modern slavery. What does it mean? What kind of practices are included? So modern slavery is defined as a kind of umbrella term to cover off a couple of different kinds of legal concepts. So it's basically people who are made to work for little or no pay, who are forced or engage in exploitative sex work, or who are married against their will. So you're looking at employment, you're looking at certain kinds of sex work, and you are looking at forced marriage. These are all included in the definition of modern slavery. It occurs across a whole range of different industries where it's involved in employment, things like garment manufacturing, mining, agriculture, and it occurs in every country in the world. So next, in part 2, we're going to take a bit of a look at what this means for New Zealand. Spoiler alert, there is a suspected number of people in this kind of situation in our own country as well. And it covers a kind of set of specific legal concepts. So very few countries will have specific modern slavery laws, but they will have other pieces of legislation that cover off the various parts of it. So this is things like forced labour, debt bondage, forced marriage, slavery and slavery-like practices, and human trafficking. So although modern slavery is usually not defined by the law itself, New Zealand does have a variety of pieces of law that address these kinds of things. But part of the reason for this new bill being introduced is that we don't have any kind of coordinated or joined up approach in that respect. So this is going some way to try and address at least one part of that. Essentially, modern slavery is a situation of exploitation where a person cannot refuse or leave because of threats, violence, coercion, deception, and or abuse of power. So in part 2, I'm going to take a bit of a look at what the kind of figures are for modern slavery in New Zealand and what kind of areas this might be. And then in part 3, we'll take a look at what this piece of law is supposed to be doing.